Hi, my name is Shinko. Welcome to my channel. We have been attempting to escape from reality with The Warriors Into the Wild by Erin Hunter, which is the first in the series. We are on chapter 21. I do apologize. This weekend I intended to have two videos out, one for Saturday, one for Sunday. The uploading process, where I'm located right now, and it's just for a little bit longer. If I try to upload something, it could take a very long time, up to 16 hours, which is kind of essentially what happened. So, you know, I've been trying to ignore the news of how the world catching on fire, essentially, but forgot that could affect you too. That could actually affect you too. Someone I work with essentially went rogue. I can't explain details because issues have potentially stepped into questionable. We need to consult someone. Yeah, that's how my life is going right now. Anyway, let's go on. Cat drama. So Frostfur's kits are gone. They've been taken, and Yellowfang is gone too. And everyone thinks Yellowfang may have stolen the kits. Okay. We cannot waste time, or the scent will be lost in the rain, Tiger Claw protested, but Blue Star flicked her tail impatiently. If we send out a hunting party now, our efforts will be wasted anyway. In this weather, the scent will already be lost by the time we are ready. If we wait until after the storm, we stand a better chance of success. There were murmurs of agreement among the clan. Even though it was barely sun high, the sky was growing much darker. The cats were unsettled by the lightning and thunder, and seemed willing to listen to their leader's advice. Blue Star looked at her deputy. I'd like to discuss our plans with you, please, Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw nodded and stalked away towards Blue Star's den, but the leader hesitated. She glanced at Firepaw, signaling with a flick of her tail and a ripple of her whiskers that she wanted to speak to him alone. The other cats gathered around Spotted Leaf and began to share tongues with her, their wails of grief sounding above the thunder. Blue Star wound her way through them and went towards the fern tunnel that led to Spotted Leaf's den. Firepaw quietly skirted the morning cats and followed her inside. It was very dark beneath the ferns. The storm had blotted out the morning sun, so that it seemed as if night had fallen. Rain was falling more heavily now, spattering noisily against the leaves, but at least it was sheltered in Spotted Leaf's clearing. Firepaw. Blue Star meowed urgently as he arrived at her side. Where is Yellowfang? Do you know? Firepaw hardly heard her. He couldn't help remembering the last time he had come to this clearing. An image of Spotted Leaf, trotting out of her den, with her coat gleaming in the sunlight, burned in his mind. He closed his eyes to preserve it. Firepaw, snapped Blue Star. You must save your grieving for later. Firepaw shook himself. I saw Yellowfang go through the camp boundary after the kids went missing. Do you really think she killed Spotted Leaf and took the kids? Blue Star gazed steadily at him. I don't know, she admitted. I want you to find her. Bring her back alive. I need to know the truth. You're not sending Tiger Claw? Firepaw couldn't help asking. Tiger Claw is a great warrior, but in this case, his loyalty to the clan may cloud his judgment. Blue Star explained. He wants to give the clan the vengeance it desires. No cat can blame him for that. The clan believes Yellowfang has betrayed us, and if Tiger Claw thinks he can reassure the clan by handing them the dead body of Yellowfang, That's what he will do. Firepaw nodded. She was right. Tiger Claw would kill Yellowfang without question. Blue Star looked stern for a moment. If I find that Yellowfang is a traitor, then I will kill her myself. But if she's not, her blue eyes burned into Firepaw's. I will not let an innocent cat die. But what if Yellowfang won't come back? Firepaw meowed. She will, if you ask her. Firepaw felt stunned by Blue Star's faith in him. The enormity of what she was asking him to do weighed down on him, and he wondered if he had enough courage to carry it through. Go at once, she ordered, but be careful. You'll be on your own, and there may be enemy patrols about. The storm will keep our own warriors in camp for a while. Thunder rolled overhead as Firepaw dashed out into the clearing. Rain hammered down, pelting his fur like tiny stones. A bolt of lightning lit up the faces of Darkstripe and Longtail as they watched him cross the clearing. Firepaw bounded past the nursery. He couldn't leave without sharing tongues with Spotted Leaf. The other cats had run for shelter, abandoning the medicine cat's body to the downpour, while they huddled beneath the dripping ferns, meowing their fear and their loss. Firepaw buried his nose in Spotted Leaf's wet fur and breathed in her scent one last time. Goodbye, my sweet Spotted Leaf, he murmured. His ears pricked as he overheard the voices of Frostfur and Speckletail talking nearby. He froze, straining to listen. Yellowfang must have had help, Speckletail growled. Someone from ThunderClan? Came the anxious voice of Frostfur. You've heard what Tigerclaw's been saying about Ravenpaw. Perhaps he had something to do with it. I've never felt comfortable with him myself. The fur on Firepaw's spine prickled. If Tigerclaw had been spreading his malicious rumors as far as the nursery, Ravenpaw wouldn't be safe anywhere in the camp. Firepaw realized he had to act quickly. He would find Yellowfang first, then deal with Ravenpaw. He raced to the spot where he had last seen Yellowfang. He knew her scent so well that he could even smell it through the rain-soaked leaves. He began to push through the bushes, mouth open, to detect where her trail led. Firepaw! Firepaw jumped and then relaxed as he realized it was Greypaw's voice. I've been looking for you, meowed his friend as he rushed towards him. Firepaw gingerly stepped back out of the ferns. Greypaw squinted as rain dripped down his long fur and into his eyes. Where are you going? He meowed. To look for Yellowfang, Firepaw replied. On your own? Greypaw's broad gray face showed concern. Firepaw thought for a moment, then decided to tell Greypaw the truth. Blue Star asked me to bring Yellowfang back, he mewed. What? Greypaw looked shocked. Why you? Maybe she thinks I know Yellowfang best, and that I would find her more easily? Wouldn't a party of warriors stand more of a chance? Greypaw pointed out. Tigerclaw's the best tracker in the clan, and if anyone could bring her back, he could. Maybe Tigerclaw wouldn't bring her back, Firepaw murmured. What do you mean? Tigerclaw's out for revenge. He would just kill her. But if she killed Spotted Leaf and took the kids, do you really believe that? Firepaw asked. Greypaw looked at his friend, shaking his head in confusion. Do you think she's innocent? He meowed. I don't know, Firepaw admitted, and neither does Blue Star. She wants to find the truth. That's why she's sending me instead of Tigerclaw. But if she ordered Tigerclaw to bring her back alive... Greypaw's words were drowned by a deafening crack of thunder, and a flash of lightning lit up the trees around them. In the dazzling light, Firepaw glimpsed Frostfur chasing Ravenpaw away from the nursery. The White Queen's face was twisted with fury as she hissed at the young black cat and lunged forward with a warning nip on the hind leg. Greypaw turned to Firepaw. What's that all about? He meowed. Firepaw stared back at his friend, his mind leaping ahead to a new idea. It looked like Ravenpaw's time had run out. and Firepaw needed Greypaw's help. But would his friend believe him? The wind was beginning to roar through the trees above them, and Firepaw had to raise his voice. Ravenpaw's in great danger, he meowed. What? I have to get him away from ThunderClan, right now, before anything happens to him. Greypaw looked puzzled. Why? What about Yellowfang? There's no time to explain, Firepaw mewed urgently. You just have to trust me. There must be a way we could get Ravenpaw away. Bluestar's going to keep the warriors in camp till the storm's over, but that doesn't leave us much time. He tried to picture the hidden corners of the woods, beyond ThunderClan territory. We'll have to take him somewhere Tigerclaw won't find him. Somewhere he could survive without the clan. Greypaw stared at him for a moment. What about Barley? Barley! Firepaw echoed. You mean take Ravenpaw to the two-leg place? His ears twitched with excitement. Yes, that might be the best idea. Come on then, meowed Greypaw. What are we waiting for? Relief washed over Firepaw. He should have known his old friend would help. He shook the rain from his head, then touched Greypaw's fur with his nose. Thank you, he purred. Now let's go get Ravenpaw. They found their friend huddled miserably inside their den. Sandpaw and Dustpaw were in their nest too, looking tense and scared as the storm crashed overhead. Ravenpaw! Firepaw hissed through the entrance. Ravenpaw looked up. Firepaw flicked his ears, and the black cat followed him out into the storm. Come on, Firepaw whispered. We're taking you to Barley. Barley? Ravenpaw mewed in bewilderment, narrowing his eyes against the driving rain. Why? Because you'll be safe there, Firepaw answered, looking the black cat straight in the eye. Did you see what Frostfur did? Meowed Ravenpaw, his voice quavering. I was only going to check on the kids. Come on, Firepaw interrupted him. We must hurry. Ravenpaw met his friend's gaze. Thanks, Firepaw, he murmured, and then he turned into the wind and bounded across the clearing. The three apprentices rushed towards the camp entrance, their fur flattened by the howling wind. As they entered the gorse tunnel, a voice called them back. You three, where are you going? It was Tigerclaw. Firepaw whirled around, feeling his heart sink. He wondered desperately what he could say when he spotted Bluestar striding towards them. She frowned for a moment, but then her face cleared. Well done, Firepaw, she mewed. I see you've persuaded your two friends to go with you. ThunderClan has brave apprentices, Tigerclaw, if they are willing to run an errand in weather like this. Surely this is not time for errands, objected Tigerclaw. One of Brindleface's kids has a cough. Bluestar's voice was icily calm. Firepaw has offered to fetch some coltsfoot for her. Does he really need his friends to go too? Asked Tigerclaw. In this storm, I think he's lucky to have the company, answered Bluestar. She looked deep into Firepaw's eyes, and he was suddenly aware of the trust she was placing in him. Off you go, you three, she meowed. Firepaw returned her gaze gratefully. Thank you, he purred, dipping his head, and with a swift glance at his companions, he led the way along the familiar paths toward Four Trees. The wind roared through the branches above them, and the trees swayed, their trunks creaking and crackling, as though they might fall at any moment. The rain poured down through the leaves, soaking the cats to their hides. They reached the stream, but the stepping stones they usually leaped across had completely disappeared. The cats stopped on the bank and looked down in dismay at the wide, brown, swirling river. This way, Firepaw mewed. There's a fallen tree up here. We could use it to cross. He led Greypaw and Ravenpaw upstream to a log that rested only a kitten step above the rushing water. Be careful, it's slippery, Firepaw warned, leaping carefully up onto it. The log's bark had been stripped away, leaving only smooth, wet wood to balance on. Carefully, the three cats walked along the trunk. Firepaw jumped down on the other side and watched his friends until they, too, had landed safely. The trees were bigger on the other side, offering some shelter from the storm as they hurried on, side by side. Are you going to tell me exactly why we need to get Ravenpaw away? Panted Greypaw. Because he knows that Tiger Claw killed Redtail, Firepaw answered. Tiger Claw killed Redtail? Greypaw echoed in disbelief, stopping dead, staring first at Firepaw, but then at Ravenpaw. At the battle with RiverClan, puffed Ravenpaw. I saw him. But why would he do that? Greypaw protested, setting off again. They started down the slope that led into the clearing of 4 trees. I don't know. Maybe he thought Bluestar would make him deputy, suggested Firepaw, raising his voice against the wind. Greypaw didn't reply, but his face darkened. The cats began to climb the steep slope that led up to WindClan territory, and as Firepaw leaped up from rock to rock, he called down to Greypaw behind him. He wanted his friend to understand just how dangerous it was for Ravenpaw in the ThunderClan camp. I overheard Tiger Claw talking to Darkstripe and Longtail on the night Lionheart was killed. He wants to get rid of Ravenpaw. Get rid of him? You mean kill him? Greypaw sat heavily on the rock. Firepaw stopped too. He looked down at his friends. Ravenpaw had halted further down the slope, his sides heaving as he caught his breath. He looked smaller than ever with the sun and fur clinging to his scrawny body. You saw the way Frostfur went for Ravenpaw today, Firepaw mewed to Greypaw. Tiger Claw's been hinting to everyone that Ravenpaw is a traitor, but he'll be safe with Barley. Now, come on, we must hurry. I'm going to end it there. It's a good spot to end it. Okay, so they already got Ravenpaw out of the camp. Good. Do you think Barley will accept him? Kind of presumptuous, isn't it, to assume he could just bring someone to another mouth to feed or someone else to someone to be taken care of? That's kind of presumptuous. Do you think Barley will accept Ravenpaw? Is Ravenpaw safe? And Greypaw's gaze darkened when he learned that Tiger Claw might want to have been deputy. Remember, Greypaw's mentor was Lionheart. Not only that, but Greypaw and Ravenpaw would be the ones to know fully the power of a clan leader more than Firepaw would. So the ramifications they could think of sooner than Firepaw could. Like I said, it's a powerful position. Well, I'll leave it there. I hope you have a wonderful day. You continue being safe in these horrid times that this country's on fire.